Welcome back on our episode of NBA 2K14. Who is their player effect rating? Kevin Durant still the top number one. Who was Kevin Durant? Derrick Rose got second place, and you know in the last episode, the Chicago Bulls crushed the New York Knicks by 18. 28 points, 12 assists for Derrick Rose. Jimmy Butler got 21. Raymond Felton got 29, 15, and J.R. Smith got 26. What a huge night for Chicago as they crushed beat over the New York Knicks. And now it's time to revenge for the matchup between Dallas and San Antonio, and we know that after because they lose something, they lose their upload video last time. The Mavericks beat the Spurs, and as you can see, they got glitched. 106 to 92. You know, because after that when the sun happened, because they didn't upload very too much, 99% did not reach 100, and then this happened. I delete the video. Dallas and San Antonio instead only have one game, the Lakers and the Rockets. So Dallas beat San Antonio 106 to 92. There will be meet again once again. That will be the last time. So last time I will not do it again here. Don't leave it around. If I delete video once again, if they not reach 100%, it's too long. And now coming up next, we got the two of the Southwest rivalry featuring, and who is this? Why is that launching Latin Nights? Who didn't land Noche Latina? We also don't have Spurs or Noche Latina. So we're continuing for that. So now next game on our hand, we're up to AT&T Center and San Antonio. We got the two of the Southwest rivalry featuring Dirk Nowitzki of the Dallas Mavericks take on Tim Duncan of the San Antonio Spurs. This would be interesting, the Southwest duo. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. For this game, the Dallas gonna use the blue and Spurs gonna use the white. So for now, we are sending over to Kevin Harlan here in AT&T Center, San Antonio. Anyways, let's get started. Enjoy the video right now. Here we go. Enjoy.
Thanks for joining us. Time to get ready for NBA action on 2K Sports. Sunday night in the NBA. It's going to be the Dallas Mavericks up against the San Antonio Spurs. And that's all for now. Time to hand it over to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. I'll be back with more at halftime.
Always a special moment in the pregame ceremonies. The playing of the national anthem as the teams gear up for the tip. Welcome to Noche Latina here in the NBA. A Latin flavor to the night's festivity as we get ready to go. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan here, joined by Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. And as we take a long look here at Kawhi Leonard, guys, what's your thought on him?
A very encouraging start to Leonard's career. Kevin, he's a tough defender, an excellent rebounder, and his offensive game expanded pretty quickly his rookie season as well.
I expect his offense to continue growing too. His huge hands help him in that regard, Steve. Great nose for the ball, high rate of steals, an expert at stripping it away. In the last meeting for these two teams, the Spurs were handed a loss when they went up against the Mavericks. And so with that loss, evening the series up here at 1-1, we look to this game to decide who has the upper hand in this matchup.
Yeah, that was just a shocking result. Nobody saw it coming. To lose to that team would have been surprise enough, but to get blown out like that, wow.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they were just sleepwalking their way through the entire game. I mean, they were like zombies out there. That's inexcusable in my world. This last summer, the Mavs asked fans to submit some redesigns of their uniforms for future use. Always kind of neat to see when a team and organization reaches out for the fans' input.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
And the basket by Harris.
How about that for a response?
They will say they can give the three as well as they can take the three.
And Doris Burke caught up with Coach Greg Popovich. Doris?
One struggle they'll have in this game is finding the right person. Combination of players to match up with Dirk. The problem, Coach says, is how do you play someone who can hit jumpers at such a high release point while being quick enough to stay with Dirk when he drives? We'll see if they've come up with any answers, guys.
And thank you for that, Doris. And back to the Mavs. Definitely a big move by them to reach out like that. Nothing like bringing crowdsourcing to the NBA and building a bridge, Steve, with your fan base.
Kevin, I had a chance to see some of the designs of the uniforms that were being suggested. Some pretty sharp-looking goods, but there were some other ones that were absolutely hideous. So let's hope the decision makers in the Mavs organization pick some of the, let's say, the more clean-looking new uniform suggestions.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100% can't do better than that.
And Ginobili, here we go. That's good. Ginobili's got 10.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Battles through traffic and lays it in.
Boy, he's so hard to stop, guys, because it poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense.
There are a lot of players in the history of the NBA that have had a signature shot or move, and Dirk is right in that group. And when he gets into that fall away where he's leaning back and gets his knee into the defender a little bit, that clearly is his patented and trademark shot. Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
Well, he should stay with those basics in a tight ball game because we've got one here tonight. That's 5 for 5 now to start the game. Wow, he's in for a big night.
I think at some point you got to start thinking about throwing a different look his way early on, especially if he keeps shooting like this.
And he can't answer back. The three-pointer off. And then I heard a scout call it the other day, a flamingo fadeaway of Dirk Nowitzki. We've all seen it before. He didn't have that when he first came in the league, did he?
No, he was more of a face-up guy. I think he had to adjust to NBA defenders, the speed and the length. And so rather than, just shoot those spot-up shots, he started going to that, what I call the later hosen fall away.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. And Mills kicks to Green. He dishes it to Mills. Good on the triple. Mills has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
Back to West. Takes a three. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet.
Well, I tell you what. Greg Popovich, a really impressive leader for the Spurs. He's able to keep all of his players locked into what's best for the team. Has a military background, played basketball and studied at the Air Force Academy before serving 5 years in the Air Force. Some of the leadership that he brings to his position was learned from his past experiences.
And so it's Dallas with after the basket by San Antonio. Bazemore gets the bucket.
Boy, has there been any defense played yet in this game?
Nope, this game has been all about rapid-fire offense early.
Here's Mills, fended by West. And Mills kicks to Bonner. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way. And Clark, you mentioned Bob's time at the Air Force Academy. That's where he got his start in the coaching ranks.
Yeah, 6 years as an assistant there. He's head coach at Pomona, an assistant coach with the Warriors and the Spurs, and eventually moved into the front office in San Antonio. But wow, what an amazing run it's been for him. 17 years as the head coach of the Spurs.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for Daniel Green.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Bonner kicks to Jackson. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. He was all alone on that one. Diaw's got himself on the board with 3 there.
A terrific pass there by Steven Jackson.
So for Dallas, their last game, a win against the Bulls.
I thought the way they attacked the rim and got into the paint was phenomenal. It seemed like after a while, the defense just kind of waved the white flag.
That's exactly what will happen when a team continues to attack the goal and come away with layups. It demoralizes the defense.
Mills passes to Bellinelli. Here's Diaw. And again, it's the Spurs from deep. Here's Blair. Off target from three-point range. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Spurs lead by 5. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return.
Coming up this Friday, March 7th, the Atlanta Hawks go up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Don't miss out.
And as we return, it's Noche Latina celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
Solid first quarter for this club. They came out strong and they put together some nice momentum here.
Steve, I like the looks they've gotten on offense. A lot of good.
On the court for the Mavericks, they've got Blair. Nowitzki is out there with Carter. Then there's Calderon. And it's Ellis at the two-guard position.
You know, the Spurs really have a cohesive culture, and part of that is something that Greg Popovich has been able to do, and that's being able to join guys together that normally might not hang out. For instance, you had Matt Bonner taking Steven Jackson out to a Coldplay concert last season. One way to help guys get to know each other off the court, and it helps them on the court.
That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dirk Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got his third assist on the night. McGrady kicks to Jackson. Another one falls for San Antonio. And back to Popovich and the Spurs, he really makes a point of getting to know his players and let them get to know one another.
That's right, Kevin. He likes to have his players have a sense of perspective about the world. He wants them to know that there are other things going on besides the NBA. In fact, back in 2012, he had the players watching the presidential debates together.
San Antonio calls timeout. And as we get a break here, important for the teams to go over their own strategy. And for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. So put out your best effort as the game wears on, guys.
You know, it's amazing when you're playing during the season. If you go through a stretch where you don't hydrate, it can have a major physical toll on you. Your body wears down quicker. You don't recover as fast. And that can really take its toll over the course of an 82-game season.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, you got that right, Kevin. He's such a reliable finisher.
You know, you survey other point guards in the league and ask them who their toughest assignment is, and a lot of them will tell you it's Tony Parker. I mean, his ability to weave in and out at the speed he does just drives would-be defenders mad over the course of 4 quarters. Parker is always in attack mode.
And Duncan gets it to go in.
That's a tough shot for anyone. Those runners need a soft touch.
Got a piece of it. Harris kicks to Mary. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. Marion's got his second bucket tonight.
Another lead change. How many of these are we going to have?
I don't know, Steve, but the momentum of this game has certainly swung like a pendulum.
How about that, basketball
Wasn't that
fan?
beautiful?
Wow.
And we'll get a look at how the Hustle-stat game has been going for Dallas.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition.
And it's blocked by Marion, and they get it back. Leonard. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting line. On time and on target. Let's take a moment now, Kevin, to see how the Spurs are doing in the NBA statisticals currently. 5th in assists, 5th in fewest turnovers per game. And they are in the top 10 in field goal percentage. This is a team that shows excellent discipline at the offensive end.
And let's go back to the assists, Clark, because to me those numbers are a sign of how cohesively they've played together as a unit. This is an unselfish squad. They play hard. They've got a good plan of attack. They're extremely well coached. And as a result, they rack up those assist numbers.
Nowitzki, good.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
Yeah, and unless they make some rotations and closeouts defensively, there's more to come. But
boy, after having a tough time in the first, he's managed to turn it around nicely this quarter.
Here's Leonard, and he throws in for the dunk.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition. Going after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close. Well, Ellis is just a dynamic scorer, as we all know. A penetrator, a lane runner. He's a guy who can absorb contact in transition and still finish soft plays. Just one of the best perimeter players that we have in this league.
He really is. He's always been a great scorer. He's been asked to take a lot of big shots. That's nothing new for him to have the ball in his hands with the game on the line. You never know. We might see another game winner here tonight.
Daniel Green, he's checked in for the Spurs. Gets it to go.
And we've seen a few mix-ups defensively out there on the perimeter.
More than a few. I mean, the open looks they've allowed from long range have turned into a lot of points.
Parker dishes to Duncan. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 5 assists tonight.
Well, he really used his height there.
He sure did, Steve. I mean, a nice touch on that shot.
Nice shot by Dallenberg.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
He feeds it to Duncan. Right's there. Duncan kicks to Parker. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Parker's got 9.
Now, he's gotten his legs underneath him because he's having a heck of a quarter.
Out to Marion. Delonte West on the wing. And the shot is good.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Parker outside. Ginobili the pass to Splitter. And the Spurs scoring again. 19 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Count that one. Dallenberg's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, but just piling up points in the paint.
And that one's good. Parker.
Little touch class there, guys. The end of that play with the finger roll.
Pass to Marion. With 1 on the clock. And a tight game here as we end the first half. The Mavericks on top. They're up by 1. And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking down all the highlights from the first half of play.
Now, presented by Sprint. Sunday action is in full swing, so let's break down the first half for you. Plenty of hustle from the Mavericks. If the playoffs started right now, they'd be on the outside looking in, but it could all change. A win here would move them into the 8th seed. For Dirk Nowitzki, a stellar game, no doubt. He has 13 points and is up to his usual tricks, dropping a lot of dimes all over the court. And for San Antonio, they're looking good in their own right. They've done a great job closing out their defensive possessions, grabbing boards, great rebounding. Manu Ginobili having himself a big-time game. The bucket looks about 5 feet wide for him. He hasn't missed one shot. Can you believe it? And look at the games being played right now. Charlotte currently trailing the Thunder out at Oklahoma City. Big advantage out there in the third. A look now at some games yet to start. The Suns out in Phoenix will go up against the Hawks. So some good interconference play in that one. Game gets going at 6 p.m. Eastern. Now we'll shift to games currently in progress. Out in Indiana, it's the Pacers taking care of business against Utah. Smooth sailing so far for them. Game in the third. That'll wrap things up for me here in the studio. Thanks so much. I'm Damon Bruce. Now let's get back out to Kevin Harlan for the second half of play. The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Nowitzki playing very well. He's got 13 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
Well, they might want to think about setting a few more screens for him, too. Try to give him another open look or two.
Leonard and Duncan are the finisher. In the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. And it's Splitter in its center. So that's it. Greg Popovich starts the second half here.
Manu Ginobili is really one of those electrifying all-around players. I mean, he's as fun to watch as any guy in the league. He scores, he defends, has a nose for the ball. He does everything, and usually he packs a bunch of production into short stints of playing time. He's now in his mid-30s. The question becomes for him is health. How much longer can he go at the level he's played at throughout his career?
Marion with the steal. On the wing, Ellis leads him in there. It's stolen by Duncan. And the basket by Ginobili. Ginobili's got 5 points in the quarter. And for Ginobili last season, his shooting percentages dipped just a little bit. Now 36 years old. He's, breaking down, it seems like on a more regular basis. Is he starting to fade in your eyes?
Sure, he is, but he's still capable of playing out of his mind on any given night. I mean, and that's what you want from a guy like that at his age. You're not going to get it every night, but can he continue to help you win games? No question, Ginobili, he showed that last year.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
The Spurs making the switch here. Diaw's checked in. And Nowitzki backs in. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. Nowitzki's got 17. Parker against Harris. Parker a screen on Dallenberg. It's Ginobili with the draw. Touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Ginobili's got 20 points.
I don't know what's happening to their defense. I mean, they don't have any effort, any purpose.
And it's really costing them. I mean, the last 5 baskets at that end have been on very easy looks.
Nowitzki kicks to Ellis. Shoots the 3. And drops, and it comes off an assist from Dirk Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got 6 assists in the game. Parker dishes to Diaw. Kicks it out to Ginobili. Wide open. Good on the jump shot. Ginobili's got 9 points now in just the second half.
They're rolling now. 5 straight hoops to start this quarter.
A signature slam right there from the big fella. How many of those have we seen before?
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. They get a hand on it. Parker passes to Ginobili. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
Offensively, this quarter has been perfect. Not a single missed shot. They've got to keep riding.
Ginobili against Ellis. Back to Marion. And the pass to Nowitzki. Fader on the way. And another basket for Dallas.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Parker outside. Back to Leonard. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
Well, Kawhi Leonard is a do-it-all type of player. I mean, defense, rebounding. His role on the Spurs hasn't been that of a big-time scorer. But he is efficient scoring the basketball. He's just the kind of player that helps you win games at a high level.
And another 3-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been bombs away ever since.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. We got a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at San Antonio. Unless they completely melt down, they should be in good position for a playoff run. And, of course, there's Dallas. Not really any threat right now as their record showing a lot more losses.
Checking out Dallas and looking at where they are, it has not been the kind of season they had mapped out for themselves. Their sights were definitely set a little higher than what they've achieved.
Now, it's not been a total disaster, Clark. They're still perched in a spot where they can make a move, but they're going to have to do so pretty quickly.
And for the Spurs, a team with plenty of score. You know, do you think Kawhi Leonard, as we kind of circle him here, could become a big-time scorer in the NBA?
I don't know, because it's a much different deal to play off of other people or being the center of attention yourself. And right now, Leonard is in a terrific position playing off of Parker and Duncan and Ginobili.
Steven Jackson on the wing. Again, the Spurs 3 for 2. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put on.
Looking over there at Steve. He's enjoying every second of it, Mark.
Yeah, me too.
This has been great, guys. The fans getting their money's worth here. Both teams just playing so hard out there.
Mills gets the screen from Bynum. Shot's good by Mills. Mills has got 5 now.
Shaky defense down low again. It's been a mismatch in the paint.
I'm sure they didn't go into this one expecting to get battered like they have inside.
This game has taken on a new feel since halftime.
For sure, the energy level on both sides has gone way up after the break.
McGrady gets a screen from Bynum. McGrady kicks to Jackson. The 3. That's good. Great play set up by teammate Tracy McGrady. McGrady's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Back to Carter. A 3-ball. What a play. He simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Oh, what a monster shot to close out the third. They've taken the lead going into the final quarter.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Mavericks lead by 2. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports.
This Thursday night, March 6th, Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers take on Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers, a conference battle in the West. Don't miss it.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
These long-range shots look like layups out there, guys.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. On the perimeter, it's West and Carter. Gallenberg's out there with Marion, and it's Calderon in at the point guard position.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense. Wow, fans just getting their money's worth tonight. Really entertaining ball game.
It has been. The margin separating these teams has been paper thin. Boy, really nice job to take what the defense was giving them there.
Tracy McGrady's checked in for Patrick Mills. San Antonio with the ball. It's a 5-point game. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
You know, they had a great start to that game. A couple guys got hot early, and it seemed to become contagious. Everybody started shooting the ball well at that point.
You know, typically if there's a hot shooter, the defense can make an adjustment and lean everything towards stopping him and let somebody else beat you, but that wasn't an option in that game.
West kicks to Carter. The shot's good on the assist by West. West has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
Now, both of these
high-scoring game, but it has become an offensive showcase down the stretch.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dallenberg. Ellis comes in for Delonte West. And Evan Harris is subbed in for Jose Calderon. Ellis dishes to Marion. Harris. Carter for three. Another three for Dallas.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Yeah, shoddy defense there. Far too slow to react on the closeouts.
Bellinelli passes to Duncan. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. On the stripe. And there's Tracy McGrady. That's it by Bellinelli. Mavericks leading by 4. Harris kicks to Carter. Nowitzki up top. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Nowitzki's got 23 points.
Purely from a size standpoint, that is a mismatch. It's going to be hard to overcome defensively.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. He told them it's time to fight and take the lead. Let's put ourselves in position to bring it home. Guys, we'll see if they've got what it takes to get it done.
He's perfect from the line this time.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. Mavericks have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. It's blocked. Outside, Green. Back to Parker. Kicks to Duncan. He's working on Nowitzki. Fades. Duncan with the bucket. Tipped. Mavericks leading by 6. Here's Ellis, headed by Green. A fadeaway. Shots good by Ellis.
What an excellent performance from the field for him.
For the Spurs, this one's not looking good. Feeds to Green. And it's good in the assist by Parker.
Good defense, but gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
And it's Harris off the drive. That's good.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Samuel Dallenberg is checked in for them. Parker outside. Pass to Ginobili. All sorts of time. Perfect on the shot. Swishes it through. Ginobili's got 26.
He's starting to roll now, guys.
You said it, an absolute scoring machine.
Ellis outside. Takes the three. Another three for Dallas.
Clark, they're really struggling guarding that three-point line.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, Steve.
Ginobili kicks to Splitter. And he drops it in from the low post.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Duncan with the block. Ginobili with the ball. Parker. He's guarded by Ellis. It's Ginobili outside. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
And Nowitzki backs in. Lets it go from the wing. Again, the Mavericks score. There's 57 seconds left in the game.
Well, it's going to be tough for them, but you have to continue to compete. It's not over. Just play, see what happens.
Yeah, you can't afford empty possessions. Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Yeah, what a way to wrap up that possession.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
Parker kicks to Splitter. Yes! Biggest rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D. Can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here. Because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
Ellis kicks to Mary. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
He's got a nice stroke from long range, and he's not likely to pass up those opportunities when he gets them.
Hooked away. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Ginobili connects, and he has put them to within 2 points.
So hard to stop Ginobili right now.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty. And they go to the intentional foul.
Well, you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 3-point lead. San Antonio's gotten off to a great start from 3-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. It's in! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
The defense got better the second that shot went up because they know he typically delivers in the play.
That's the first, and that will put them up by 2. So against them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Absolutely massive free throw. That'll force them into a 3-point attempt.
To tie it up. Bullseye! A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
It's been a humongous fourth quarter for him, especially from long range. He's in the groove, and that tray of his has just been dead.
Ellis outside for the win. Oh, no good there. The potential. Game winner off the mark. Regulation is ended and we're heading to overtime. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. Well, if you're just joining us, the intensity has really heated up in this one. As we watch this one go now to overtime. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor for Dallas. Carter at the 2.
Unbelievable.
Always some entertainment value when you go with the windmill jam.
Yeah, rim shaker and Steve a wrist breaker.
Outrageous, man. Well, something that he maybe doesn't get enough credit for is just how good he is at drawing charges.
I'm glad you brought that up, Steve, because very few players do get credit for it, and you're exactly right. He does do it very well. There's no fear in this fella. He'll give up his body in a minute.
Leonard kicks to Duncan. Shot clock at 6. Leonard. Rebounded by Devin Harris. An even 3-on-3 break. And Sean Marion with the slam.
Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off perfectly.
Parker outside. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Gets it to go.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist number. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Bart.
Outside, Ginobili. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Parker. 40 points for Manu Ginobili.
Got to give him a lot of credit for the way he's played. Personally, trying to bring his team back. Finding the open man every trip down the floor.
Certainly seems like he's doing that, Steve. I mean, it's been a great passing day for him.
It's Parker with the drive. Gets the bucket.
Yeah, but that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that.
Here's Nowitzki. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Nowitzki's got 32 points in the game.
His work at the offensive end has been phenomenal. Maybe reason number one, they're ahead.
The shot by Duncan, and it's San Antonio with another.
Textbook right there. Nice pass, good catch, beautiful finish.
Back to Nowitzki from outside the arc. Another three for Dallas.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
Agreed. I mean, you look at the points, I mean, they're getting a lot of baskets off of assists, so the offense really clicking here.
Well, you know, he's not a guy that's just going to settle for pulling up. When he has an opportunity, he's going to take it strong to the hoop.
The basket counts, and one will go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
It's kind of his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the defense and finish at the rim.
Monte Ellis is checked in for Dallas. That one goes.
What a run he's on. He's getting everything to fall.
Boy, you talk about having the hot hand.
And the crowd roaring to life.
That was a huge shot. And they're just about dancing in the aisles now.
What an eruption in this building.
Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward.
But he recovers it. Back to Carter. This is to Ellis for the three. And that one falls coming off Carter's feet. And the Mavericks lead by 6. San Antonio calls timeout. They're losing by 6. There's 25 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Duncan.
Bad defense, but he got overpowered. There's not enough strength to stop him.
You know, sometimes you just try to avoid the foul, Clark, and not getting away.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Exactly.
Yeah, no question. You guys are right.
He seemed to think better of it and then backed off a little bit at the end.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
Urgent possession here, Clark. They need a basket.
No doubt about it, Steve. They need quick, efficient scoring.
Now here's Marion. Ellis kicks to Carter. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here. He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 5-point game.
And that's exactly how you close the game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
Back to Parker. Beyond the arc. Nails the triple. Dallas calls timeout. So it's an arrow. For the Mavericks, pulling out the W. You know, Clark, they couldn't put them away in regulation, but after a superb performance in overtime, they managed to get the job done.
Yeah, just an amazing game, but they pulled away at the end.
Well, that'll do it. For Dorisberg, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Dirk Nowitzki.
What a close game here in overtime at San Antonio as the Mavericks survive over the Spurs. 145 to 143. Manu Ginobili got 42 points. Tony Parker got 27-14. Dirk Nowitzki got 35 and 9. Monte Ellis got 28. Vince Carter got 25. Devin Harris got double-double. And Sean Marion got 16. A huge thriller and a close one, 8-80 center, winning by 2 by the Mavericks. And we wrap out on March 2. Suns beat the Hawks, not bad at all. 26 points for Caron Butler, 27 points for Paul Millsap. And a close game here in San Antonio. That will be a short of the night, but did not work because of Monte Ellis did not chance to win the game. In and out. Not good. That's funny. So we're gonna check out March 3 here. We got the Grizzlies, Wizards, Jazz, Bucks, Timberwolves, Nuggets, Lakers, Blazers. That will be the good one, the 7th spot. Pelicans, Kings, Bulls, Nets, Knicks, Pistons, and Bobcats Heat. In real life, in Miami Heat, in Charlotte Bobcats here, American Airlines Arena was the famous game for LeBron James. Got 61 points. I was never seen this before. Let's check out March 3. We got the Grizzlies, Jazz, Nuggets, Lakers, Pelicans, Bulls, Knicks, and the Heat. Wow. Heat is now 50 wins in his 2014 season. That was 52-point margin. 31 and 12 for LeBron James. Not even triple-double. Dwayne Wade got 26 and 10. Al Jefferson got 22 and Corey McGay got 20. So now, we're gonna go next game on March 4. We got the Spurs, Cavaliers, Heat, Warriors, Pacers, Heat, Rockets, Sixers, Thunder, Clippers, Suns, and Pelicans, Lakers. That will be the simulate right here. Rockets are now improved over last year as they beat the Heat. So they got the Cavs, Warriors, Rockets, Sixers, and somehow the Thunder to stop the winning streak, Suns, and the Lakers. Wow. That was nonsense about 2 teams there. I saw them every now. It's gonna be now. Let's check out his schedule on March 5. Stop it. Enough to get dust in the breeze. We'll check out how many games. 10 NBA games there. We got the Pacers, Bobcats, Rockets, Magic, Jazz, Wizards, Kings, Bucks, Knicks, Timberwolves. Our first game, we got Dallas, Denver, the Warriors, Celtics, Grizzlies, Nets, Bulls, Pistons, and Hawks, Blazers. That will be a good one here in this game so far. So we're gonna check out right here. We're gonna see right now is rest of Denver's first matchup. We got the Pacers, Bobcats, and the Bobcats win again. 21 and 9 for Ben Gordon. Danny Granger got 22. David West got 20 points. Rockets and the Magic, and Rockets win by 2. Apollo got 20. Lynn got 33. Armour got 20 and 11. Parsons got 20 and 9. Jazz and the Wizards, and Wizards win. John Wall got not even triple-double. Trey Burke got 23. Jefferson got 10 and 9. Kings and the Bucks. Bucks win. 23 and 13 for Arizona. Whitner got 22. And Landry got triple-double. Thornton got 15 points. And last one here with the Knicks and the Timberwolves. And Timberwolves improved the last year. Unfortunately, I don't want the Knicks to win. I want the Knicks to win there. Let's try again. We got the Knicks and the Timberwolves, and one more. Oh, oh, not even close to win by 1 point for Timberwolves. Oh my god, he didn't get win by the Knicks. One more. It's useless because Timberwolves win. Trying to win to get improved. There we go. Knicks win over Timberwolves by 11. 127 to 116. Let's check out some box score. James Ballinger got 28 and Kevin Love got 22. Carmelo Anthony got 28 and 10. And a huge big swing here for the Knicks. So now let's check out some standings. Miami, Chicago remains the top two. Detroit, Philadelphia, Indiana, Washington, Atlanta, and Orlando in the hunt was Milwaukee, Brooklyn, Toronto, Boston, Charlotte, and New York race for division leading. In the Western Conference, Rockets still not yet the games back. Thunder, Spurs, Clippers, Lakers, Warriors, Grizzlies, and the Blazers. In the hunt, it was Dallas hoping a chance to get in the number 8 spot. That will be a not allowed to flex game because the importance for the playoff push. So that will be wrap up here in AT&T Center in a huge game. We're finished in overtime as the Mavericks beat the Spurs. Coming up next, now tomorrow we're off back to Pepsi Center. Once again, we got Dirk Nowitzki of the Dallas Mavericks take on JaVale McGee of the Denver Nuggets, and followed by the second game here in Rose Garden in Portland. We got Paul Millsap of the Atlanta Hawks. They got Damian Lillard of the Portland Trail Blazers. That will be a good one here in Rose Garden. That should be interesting. That'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. A wild finish in overtime in AT&T Center as the Mavericks haul up the Spurs by 145 to 143. And don't forget Friday the 13th, Game 4 of the 2025 NBA Finals. Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers with the Pacers lead 2-1. This is Andre Kenshin say so long from the AT&T Center in San Antonio. We'll see you tomorrow for the Dallas Mavericks and the Denver Nuggets, followed by the second game will be the Atlanta Hawks and the Portland Trail Blazers. Sign up and peace out. Good night. A reminder, we'll see you tomorrow once again for the first game between the Dallas Mavericks and the Denver Nuggets here in Pepsi Center, and followed by the second game will be the Atlanta Hawks and the Portland Trail Blazers. Sign up and peace out. Good night, and we'll see you tomorrow once again. Sign up and peace out. Good night, and thanks for watching. Peace out.